you got some talented guys back. You lost some talented guys. How's the wide receiver room look?
I think we're deep. I think that was part of the reason. You look at guys like Sam and Sergio last year. I think that's probably why they didn't get a whole lot of postseason recognition, is because we are so deep, and Theo does a really good job of spreading the ball around. So that's kind of our mantra at receivers. We're going to be deep. We're going to have a lot of guys that are going to get targets, but we're never going to have that 1,500-yard receiver with 20 touchdowns. That's just not part of our offense. So I think that's the biggest part, is can we find the depth for what we want our offense to do in the pass game, and I think we finally have it in terms of there's probably 8 guys that I can roll out there that we feel confident that can go win us ball games, and I think in the FCS that's a pretty good problem to have.
A lot. You got Logan Wolf, you got Sergio, you got Sam. Who are maybe some new faces that have emerged just through the first couple of weeks of camp here?
Boy, the freshman Jaden Elsley, he's going to be a freak. He's like Sergio. He's very similar to that. I think he might be even probably a little bit more athletic than Serge. But he's going to be somebody that is going to have a lot of big plays in the years to come. Obviously he's a true freshman, so we're still trying to bring him along in terms of the mental part of the game and how much different the speed of the game is college to high school. But he's made some flash plays in fall camp that you're like, whew. You could see a really bright future for him. So I'm really excited about what he can do for us this year, and then for the next 3 to 4 years after that.
But you've really touched on it all. What about a guy about Brady McCullough? Sergio even brought him up too, another freshman. I think that's kind of.
Yeah, Brady is, man. He is what UNI football is all about. He'll do anything for the team. He's a big body receiver. He's a lot like Desmond for us. He kind of plays that role for us. But what surprised us, and I guess I guess a really good surprise, is how fast he's looked. You get a guy who's 6'4", 230 pounds, and you're like, okay, he's going to be a possession inside guy. There's times where he's run by everybody on defense in fall camp, and I think that's been the biggest surprise, is how fast he's gotten by still being 6'4", 230 pounds. So, but he is what embodies UNI football. He is, I'll do anything to get on the field. I'll do anything for the team. And you look at a lot of guys in our room like Sam Schnee. That's how he got his start. 3 years ago, he was the guy who did everything for us. All the dirty work that not a lot of receivers want to do. He catches one little naked bootleg, and the rest is kind of history. And he's been a 2-year starter, and now he's a team captain. So, Brady's kind of on that path, but he's still young. So he's got a lot more years than Sam does. But he's everything you want in a UNI football player, and I think he kind of embodies that UNI culture of what we're all about.
And then the last one, how healthy is Logan Wolf? Because we know when Logan Wolf is healthy, he's a big-time contributor.
He's probably, I would say, 95% right now. He's probably, just getting back into being able to run the full tree. There's always, and it's not only injury, it's more preventative in terms of, this is usually the time of year where something gets him, like a little thing here and there. So it's kind of just being able to get back into running the full route tree, and me not having to say, okay, we have this route, Logan, take this one off. Let's let one of the younger guys who's got young legs run this one. So it's probably more of that right now, in terms of it's more me being cautious, because I know what's happened in the past, and it's usually this time of year when legs are tired and sore. It's your 16th day of fall camp. So that's probably more my doing than his. But shoot, we line up at Iowa State, I expect him to be out there starting at the Z receiver. So